Just absolutely no good enough. My friends, Danny Rule needs to get the start. I just don't understand how you feature all those guys that get all the goals. Well, there we go. That's fantastic. I'll address that in a minute. But how do you feature all the guys that get three? I mean, I'll say two wins, 13 goals, and you completely rip it up for Motherwell. No, it's actually insane. Because see if you factor it in, see if that team that started yesterday plays against Queen's Park and say we don't make too many substitutions. That does not beat Queen's Park 8-0. Absolutely not. I think if that team last night started against Queen's Park, we'd probably scrape by with a 2-0 win. And that tells you all you need to know. And it's the same against Kelly. That's why, Danny, you were getting booed at half time, son, against Kelly. Because it was 1-0, we were against 10 men, and it was rank rotten. It was absolutely disgusting. So, I don't want to hear this pish about, why were we getting booed? I don't understand it. Well, I think it's evident that he doesn't understand it. Because you were getting booed because it was unacceptable. Danny. And last night proves that. Didn't make the subs. The subs were just... I mean, he brought on the dairy for Diamondi. Which again... wasn't the correct call for me. I think you should have been bringing on the dairy as a straight swap for Shermity. I would have took off Gazima for Ant-Man. I'd have brought on Scovolson. I'd have brought on Romans. Like, the board go out of their way to spend 15 million on this guy in our hopes for the rest of the season. And then he doesn't even feature any of them in the biggest game we've had. I watched your video last night. I see you're still confident. So the question is, what in your view would count Rangers out of it? Here. I mean, I don't know if I'd use the word. I said Hearts are favourites. I've been saying Hearts are favourites pretty much since the end of December. Ever since Wilfred Nonce walked in the door. And I'm sticking by that. But I did say if Rangers beat Motherwell and beat Hearts, we would become favourites. Now, we've not done that. And in my opinion, if we lose to Hearts at the weekend, we're out of it. Because, I mean, you can spin it. You can do what you want with it. We would be 8 points behind Hearts and we would be 2 behind Celtic. Albeit Celtic would have a game in hand and they probably would make it 5 against Aberdeen. But the key thing there would be you'd be 8 behind Hearts. But at what point do we go, yeah, but Hearts are the best team in the league right now? They are. Let's not. They're top for a reason. They've only lost 3 games all season. And if you did a team of the season right now, it would be filled with majority Hearts players. Can't take away from what Hearts have done. So for me, if we lose, we're out. But we need to win. It's must win. And that's the problem with losing this or drawing this game. Because at least if we won this game, a draw against Hearts, I'm not saying I'd take it, of course not, but it wouldn't be a disaster. It wouldn't be what that, and you wouldn't. It's just that unnecessary added pressure of like no mistakes can be had against Hearts. Like in here, we should be expected to win the game regardless of the pressure going into it, but it's just Hearts did what they needed to do because Hearts knew if they drew against Hibs, which it looked likely, they probably needed to go to Ibrox and get a win. But the fact that they won against Hibs, that means they didn't need to do that. I think if we win against Hearts, we're back on track. I'd like to say yes, but no, there's no guarantees because I thought we were back on track after scoring 13 goals in 2 games. New players integrated, new players starting, looking good, and then he fucking changed it. So, I mean, honestly, he could start a team. I'm worried. I mean, he could start a team on Sunday, right? That is very similar to the team that started against Queen's Park. We could beat Hearts like 2-0 or something. We're all happy. But then in the next game, he reverts back to this shite. And then, does he not trust the new signings? I don't know. Honestly, man. I just don't understand it. Like, see with Romans, right? I fully understand that guy's just back for injury. But are you trying to tell me he couldn't have got the last 20 minutes? I see no reason why he couldn't have got that. Celtic are title favourites with every bookie. Rangers will be third. I will guess what? The bookies are wrong sometimes, buddy. And I'm not the bookies. That's just my opinion. I didn't state it was facts. So there you go. If I dealt with facts with my opinion, I'd be a fucking billionaire. But I'm not. I'm not, my friends. And I'm fucking feeling very sick as well. But yes, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Dale got one. Lewis Reed got one. Lone Raider got one. Your dad, by the way, got one. And Dylan got one. So there we go. But yeah, I mean, I think it is just a wee bit. It's a tad soul destroying. Because I think with the Hibs game and this game, there's a lack of trust. I'm not saying a lack of trust. It's not trust. There's a lack of faith now with Danny Rule in his starting 11. See before the January window, right? See the likes of Asgard getting featured. See the likes of Shermiti and Gazima, etc. It was all about getting over the line and getting the results, and he was doing that. But now, going into mid-February, the signings are in. You've brought your own players in. There's also other players that have came up to fruition, like Fernandez. Didn't even start Fernandez. Crazy. John Sutter's so bad, by the way. I think he will play a 4-4-2 in the Dairy and Shermiti. No, we need to beat Hearts, man. It's fucking shite. It's absolute shite. But yeah, I think there'll be plenty of twists and turns. If you're the owner, slap across the head for Danny. Think, why are we giving you money on players if we don't play them? Says Jim. I agree. And I did say, well, maybe he's resting them, but he cannot be resting them for the Hearts game. Yeah, you need to play your strongest 11 every game. And no, another thing, folks, this isn't, even if this was the Motherwell of what usually you'd expect, bottom 6 Motherwell, Fir Park's always been a tough place to go. It's decided leagues, quite literally, and also, earlier in the season at points. But this is Motherwell, who for me, I said Hearts are the best team in the league. I think over the course of the season they have been. But right now, the Steelmen have the case for being the best team in the league. They outplay everybody consistently. Every game they play, they are literally the better team. And yeah, maybe the results don't match it because they have had a lot of draws, but that's because they don't have the outright quality. And I think it was ludicrous not to start our strongest team, because let's face it, we had the players come on against Kelly, do well. It was against 10 men, okay, fair enough. Then we beat Queen's Park with the team, with the new signings. But this game would have been the acid test. How refreshing would it have been if we actually just got the 11 that everybody wanted, right? And then when they start against Motherwell, we'd actually see, right, where does this team with the 4 new signings starting, with Ant-Man coming back and Fernandez in there, where does it stand? What are they capable of? But now we don't know. Everything's up in arms now because we're like, well, he just started. The guys no one wants to start. I mean, Gazmish, honestly, he should be glued to the bench. Just don't understand it. Do not understand why he did not go with the same team against Queen's Park. But again, like I said in the review last night, I think the fact he went with that team against Queen's Park tells you it was never going to be the same team starting this game. And that makes me worried coming up for this period of games. Like, see the Old Firm, we play back to back at Ibrox. Is the League One going to be, it's going to be the new signings, and then is the second one just going to be this big bag of shit? All these questions need answered. You never got one. That's a shame. Robot Rock. Someone gift a membership to Robot Rock there. The league title's still in the bag. Stevie bringing home 56. Well, at least that guy in your profile picture's no there. Big Russell Martin. But yes, it's still in our hands. If we win every game, we win the league. So that's the confidence you can take for that. But any more drop point, it's like, come on. We need what we quite literally, folks, No work. Hold on. What's going on here? But right now, in the league, I do not know what the fuck's happened to the mic. No work. Hello. Hold on. What's going on? I think the mic's returned. Is the mic returned? Right, I think the mic's back. Point is, I was saying, we're playing shite, but the other two are playing shite, but they're finding ways to win the games, the crunch games. Someone's got to give on Sunday, someone's got to give on the 1st of March, someone's got to give on the 8th of March. Just worried about how it's all going to play out. It's a season though. Turned off like the Rangers team. I don't know what it did. But that's the problem, my friends. We've got to find a way. I'm dying of the flu, by the way. Absolutely rank rotten. We've got to find a way to win. It's going to be twists and turns, because see the Hibs game? It was shite. But then we had the Kelly game, the Queen's Park game, and we saw the new signings. We were filled with, energy. See in the next couple of games, man, you could beat Hearts. I don't even know. I think we play Livy after Hearts. See if we beat Hearts and then you beat Livy comfortably. The league's it's probably looking good again. You're probably happy, but it's all about how it goes. Swings and roundabouts. For large periods this season, it has been. I mean, the only real team that it's been fairly positive for, like the whole way through, is Hearts, and obviously Hearts have dropped points. They lost to St Mirren there, but they're still top of the league, and Hearts have been top for 5 months. But eventually, I mean, they're not going to win their next 12 games. Celtic aren't going to win the next 12 games. We're not going to win the next 12 games. But you look at the points total, man. The fact that we can get a maximum of 88, that doesn't bode well. Because that practically allowing no slip-ups. I think we're going to need to... Because us drawing against Motherwell's kind of made it... It looks practically impossible that we're going to be leading going into the split, and I thought we might have needed that just due to the fact that we play both Celtic and Hearts away from home, and that's another thing. If Danny Rule is getting the team wrong against Hibs and Motherwell away, what's he going to get it when he takes Celtic and Hearts on? Because let's face it, he got it wrong against Nancy. He got it wrong at Tynecastle just before Christmas. Albeit, second half against Nancy we turned it around. Never turned it around against Hearts. But anyway, Shermiti, if he plays him again or Gazima, Romans must play, Olsen, Naderi, they're better than what we had. Paid extra to get goal scorer in January because Shermiti is terrible. Gazma also dropped. Yeah, I mean, there's the board. I honestly thought we weren't getting the dairy. It looked like, we're going to have to wait till the summer. They bring him in. They bring in Scovolson. All the hype. They bring in Romans. He fucking just... How does Andre Scovolson no get a minute against Motherwell? And say you want about Romans, naturally you'd think, left back's not going to change it. He is a left back that doesn't stop. See if you bring on Romans, I am convinced down that left hand side we are creating about 3 or 4 opportunities, because he was non-stop in the other 2 games, constantly whipping balls in, and that's what you need. And Shermiti, man, they absolutely rank rotten his use of Shermiti, costing us big time. Can't wait to see the split fixtures. A few away games in there. I think the split fixture is going to be very intriguing, because some years some teams get shafted where they'll end up at a ground 3 times away, and then obviously on the flip side you get some teams that are favoured and they're at home 3 times. If all 3 teams are still as close as it is going into the split, I wonder how the SFA is going to work that one out. Because we're sitting here talking about, Rangers are going to be away to Tynecastle and Parkhead. We're sitting here talking about how Celtic and Hearts will both be away to Fir Park and Easter Road. in the split. I mean, if the SFA use a wee supercomputer, and for example, Rangers get Hearts at home again, people are going to be up in arms. If Celtic get Motherwell 3 times at home, people are going to be up at arms. If Rangers end up getting Motherwell 3 times at Firth Park, we're going to be up in arms. I'll be very intrigued to see how it plays out. And it doesn't, you know. I mean, one thing's for certain: they're not going to, Rangers aren't going to get 3 games at Ibrox against Celtic. Well, I know we did with the cup, but you understand where I'm coming from. Anyway, right, we're going to go to 30 minutes here. Then I have to walk the Jakester in the rain, because that's all it does. When it rains, it fucking pours, my friends. It's absolutely insane. Dun 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 dun. Oh Christ! Right, I want to get a wee look at this league table here. I think that Nations League draw. Is that Nation League draw the day? Who really cares about the Nations League? This team is shite, Stevie. If we can't beat a team like Motherwell when we're down to 10 men, when they're down to 10 men, it's a bad day. Yep. Hope it's a day for self-reflection for Danny. Get his head out his ass. Trying for a draw. Hopeless, dangerous. Yep. Is the Ox coming for me and Jambo Bear? I don't know. Alright, let's see here. Just a window sharper. Just a window sharp. Olsen isn't our player. Run his legs off until the end of the season. Was starting to look good. Then Danny doesn't play. Naderi scores 2 confidence for hard league games. Doesn't play. Yeah, I honestly don't understand it. It's like, no, actually make it make sense. Shermitty is not a goal scorer. Let's face it. I mean, Naderi in a game has probably got half of fucking Shermitty's goals this season, and like Shermitty just comes in for the cold, and just I'm baffled, man. But there's your league table. What part? Airdrie, big man, but currently residing in Belfast. Big Belfast, what a place. Right, as you can see, I mean, the table doesn't look too bad, but the problem for me is it's just the sheer amount of draws. It's the sheer amount. I mean, 10 draws is insane. And Motherwell's got the same problem. It's like, you look at this league table. It's got. I mean, if we won the league, you just assume with the amount of draws that it would be practically insane for a team to win it like that. Why would we switch to 5 at the back against 10 men Motherwell? Only 1-0 up. Yeah, pathetic, man. I mean, I understand it for Danny Rowe, because I think he looked at it and went, we've been getting battered all game. Even though they're down to 10 men, if we switch to 5 at the back, there's no way they're going to score. I mean, I think from his point of view, well, that's where I was born, Anthony. But I think from his point of view, he thought, we'll just shut up shop and we'll see it out. But, I mean, you have to be more ruthless than that, man. You have to... You have to make the subs and put the game to bed. Because I said him out of few last night, and even though some guy was like, "Oh, your words of wisdom. If you scored one more goal, you'd have won." Yeah, it's all about the context. If we go 2-0 up, then Stephen Welsh can score that goal. Yeah, we'll be the clean sheet, but we'll still win 2-1. If Shermitty finishes his dinner, then we're leading 2-0 going into the break. If they give us a penalty, we're leading 2-0. Again, not going to cry about that because I don't think it's. I mean, I think it's a penalty, but it's not. It's not a fucking stone wall for me. Um, but yeah, I agree. They do shit themselves at the crucial moments. Our season is done. Lol. Well, don't think there's anything lol about it, brother. But is Barron back fit? I don't know. I know him, Devlin, and Shanklin. They're all supposed to be back at the same time, aren't they? And again, see if Hearts are still top when they get those two back. We needed to. I mean, how much better would it be going into Sunday? Atmosphere wise, momentum wise, if we knew if we beat Hearts, we'd go above them. Like, I know even if we won 1-0 last night, we'd be 3 behind in the goal difference, but all that would mean is you beat Hearts by 2, you go above them. Yeah, Tav's been done for plenty of seasons, and Shermity is just absolute shite. So, right, let's look at the fixtures here before we wrap this stream up. So as you can see, there is Sunday, 15th of February. Again, yeah, we don't know how it's going to play out, but I mean, Kelly could beat Celtic. They've actually turned their season around, so that would be pretty interesting if that happened. Well, I say pretty interesting, it'd be fucking fantastic, let's be honest. It'd be the great, I mean, if Celtic beat, if Kelly beat Celtic ahead of our game with Hearts, that should be all the momentum we need to save us from all the negativity. But we'll see how that goes. But again, it would just be extra pressure if Celtic beat Kelly. And like people have said throughout this stream, I don't think this group of players can deal with it. Too many comments like, oh, but look where we came from, look what we clawed back. You know what? I'll give Danny Rowe the slack on that. Because see, at the end of the day, if anyone's clawed it back, it's him. See the players that come up with that pish. You were there under Martin. You are the guys that drew so many games at the start of this season that left us in fucking no man's land. But I don't like the comments for Roll either, because once you get us there, we're there. And I criticised Roll about some of his comments and his lack. Well, let's face it, the lack of ability to win big games. See if you actually think of this guy when it comes to like the big games in the league against the teams we're challenging for the league and also away games. He's not won a lot of them. He lost the semi-final. He lost against Hearts. He beat Celtic 3-1, right? And that was fantastic. But again, not to take anything away from us because it was a great day. Are we convinced if that's Martin O'Neill and not Wilfred Nancy, we're walking away with a 3-1 win? Then you look at the recent 2 games against Hibs and Motherwell. All big games, all big away days. And we've came out with 5 points out of 12. And in the cup we crashed out of. And that's why I'm worried about the other cup coming up, the quarter-final. Because what team's he going to pick? Just pick the strongest 11, man. Honest, there's no excuses for that. Because Celtic play Aberdeen in between two old firms. See if Celtic can play the same 11, then there's no excuse for us not to play the same 11. And when I say same 11, if you make one change, I'm not going to agree. But I swear to God, see if all the new signings start on the bench, that'll just be soul destroying. But yeah, Sunday, massive obviously, folks. Scrolling down, another big Sunday there. Again, the other 2 are at home, we're away, but we've definitely got the easier game, even if we are away. And then, yep, that's February done. Then you have to go into March, which makes this absolutely must win. And again, I think that weekend of the 14th could be crucial. Is Rule better than Clement? They're coming out with similar stuff. It's just, I don't even know what to think, man, of this team. Because we are 1 defeat away against Hearts from an absolute capitulation. And what the thing is, I don't think enough people... If we finish 3rd, folks, it is Europa Conference League. I don't think many people are catching on to that. Fuck it, Conference League? Like, that is bogging. Seeing you think about the amount of money that the 49ers have put into this squad. No, I know Celtic signed a lot of guys on loan. They've signed Chamberlain on a free, and Hearts did some relatively smart business in January. But if we're talking about a team that went out and spent big bucks and backed their manager, it was us. And not being able to deliver anything would be a failure. And we'd see where that goes. Because let's not pretend he's not been fucking backed here. See, in previous winter windows, they'd have spent nothing. They're a bunch of shiftless bastards, Stevie, the players. There you go. Right. I think that's where we're going to end it. How long did we go? I don't even know. It's fucking not even. Oh, 35 minutes. Right, folks. We'll be back sooner rather than later. But until next time, peace.